Okay, Itamik Skanatoni, good morning. It is about 0730 hours in the AM on, what would it be? It would be Friday, the January 31st, last day of January 2020 in the lunar cycle Gatto. I am, as per yesterday's video, on my way to go check at the beaver lodge whether they ate that food offering or not. Just dropped off the kids at daycare, but I figure since I'm going into the coulees anyway, I better come and check this skunk trap right away. Because if I got a skunk, I might as well bring it down with me, hey? So let's go check it out. Here on the north side, the same place I caught the skunk yesterday, but if you recall, the initial report was that somebody saw 4 animals in the backyard there, so we're gonna check, see if we got number 2 yet. Anybody in the trap? No. All right. So we're good to go down to the beaver lodge. See whether or not they're alive. I'll show you one of the special features of this Saturn view. While in park, one can just remove the keys. And it just, the vehicle's okay with that. It'll stay running. And like if I need to come out here and do this kind of thing, right? Check it out. Now, all you gotta do is reinsert the key. Keep driving. You can drive without reinserting the key if you want. But that's just kind of how I do it. Nothing. Not a mark. I'm gonna put them back under there maybe another 3-4 days. Maybe I'll come check again on Monday. Interesting to me that the ice didn't reseal, but I guess it's above 0. So anyway, I'll shove them in and we'll check on Monday. If they aren't chewed by Monday, I'd say these beavers here didn't survive. Ran into a wildlife photographer yesterday who, in sharing notes with me, let me know that there is a great horned owl couple that's been perched for the past little while somewhere in the vicinity of this parking lot, out one of the trails leading off of it. So I'm gonna check. I've got still at least a half hour before I need to roll over to the studio, so I'm gonna check down this trail here and see if we can find some owls. Okay, I may have got the directions mixed up or taken the wrong path off of that parking lot or something, because even though this does look like beautiful owlish area, the path that I took led me to the third and final parking lot off of that same road, and I don't think the trail that the photographer was talking about would have done that. He would have just told me, pull in at the third lot, right? Really nice forest though here. Used to be a Sundance grounds down here. So this forest is actually fairly immature. But I suppose for the river bottom of Lethbridge, these trees are about as mature as most get. There is a nest up top of one of these trees here that could possibly, if fixed up, support owls. Looks like it's more likely might have been a magpie nest to begin with. There was a bench involved in the instructions. The path goes out and comes up, and there's a bench or a couple of benches there, and you look up in the tree right there, and you will find the owl couple. Would be good to have, well, I'm gonna sneeze. Make you hear it but not watch it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it would be good to have an owl couple to monitor, because we're moving into the lunar cycle when they're supposed to start incubating eggs. So still probably got another 15 minutes I can check out another trail. Well, out of time. Gotta head to the studio. Certainly is a lot of bird activity over here compared to Spokane on an average morning. Could be because of the temperatures too, though. It's relatively warm this morning, probably 6-7 degrees, something like that. Celsius. Somebody said I should learn to convert it into Fahrenheit, so I can always say the Fahrenheit, but yeah. maybe someday I'll get to that, but it's not my highest priority, because if you're really wanting to know, you can Google it, but in general, you can look at the environment and what I'm dressed in and kind of figure probably approximately what the temperature might be. Well, maybe not. If you live in, some lush, warm environment, you might dress like this when it's 20 degrees or something. Celsius, who knows? Anyway, I gotta take off. On with the rest of Friday. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Is this Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Ryan. This is Diane. I texted you last night, but I don't know. We've met before with a raccoon issue. Are you still doing that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So are you? I think that I don't know. I'm kind of worried that they might be in our attic, but I'm not positive about that.
Oh, okay. Well, this has been kind of a fumbled Friday, hey, so far. I mean, the beaver food offering didn't work, most likely because I starved those beavers to death in my neglect of reintroducing their food. And then didn't find the owls. And then showed up late to work with no keys. Key was in my mailbox. Ran home, grabbed it, opened the studio. Students are in, doing their thing. And I'm attending to the call that I got for the raccoons just now. I'm out here on the south end of town to do that. So we'll see if we can get through the rest of the day with no fumbles, but it's probably an auspicious thing that Chelsea and I have decided as of last night that our February is going to be a dry February. No liquid intoxicants. And maybe I can clear my head enough to get sharp again and not be neglecting and forgetful and all of these things. Anyhow, let's go see what the situation is up here. Hello.
What are you doing?
Good.
Do you want me to come around with
You don't necessarily have to. I think I'll just kind of set it in the same area and.
You remember this,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
fellow?
Yeah.
So, my concern is, I don't know, if they're in the attic. I don't know if that, like last night, I can hear them, would they actually run around the outside for, an hour?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You hear them moving around in there?
Well, I can't tell because I feel like there's more noise, but see, we've not really, we've walked around and we can't see any,
Yeah. I
everything.
think I looked in your chimney before too, and there's no real easy way. I mean, it's just rock all the way down. Right?
Okay,
So
it wasn't like there was any.
no.
See, and right here, this little dormer. So last night, I don't know if you can see it from right around. So right here.
Yeah.
And if we went to the place, there's kind of corners, and my husband said he can't see any soft
push-ups
spots or.
anything.
But
Okay.
so last night there was we could hear and kerfuffle.
Oh.
So we don't know what that means. Is there
If they're getting in, they've got an access point somewhere up there.
But do you think that she's that there's babies, or is this too?
No,
early?
it's too early.
Okay, so it's more
Yeah, it's got to be adults.
maybe two males
Yeah, it could
or
be.
something.
Could be.
I don't know. I'm just trying. It makes me kind of crazy.
Oh, I bet. One of the things you should do is get rid of the cut that branch off so they're not climbing up the tree.
My husband tried to cut it. And it just hasn't been in the budget we tried it.
Right.
People come and it's But do you think only that one has to come off, or do you think that they'll get on from?
No, they won't get on from these others. That one big one there.
Just the big one?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And if I look around the rest of the house, I don't know if there's anything else that close, but that's what you need for them.
Well, I know that's how they're getting on, but I can't see any.
Yeah.
I heard this patter, their footsteps, and then I hear this thud. So I don't know whether they're on the roof and then jump off.
Probably, yeah.
If they come off of the chimney and
Off
jump.
of the chimney,
They
yeah.
just jump?
Yeah.
Really?
They could, yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
That's probably what it sounds
makes
like.
sense.
Because it's like the whole house shape.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't
And they're
know.
big animals. They could be, 30 pounds and stuff. So
So I don't know if they're just on the roof and then they jump off and they're running around.
they're probably coming out of the chimney.
Well, this was at 3 o'clock in the morning, so
Yeah.
I kind of I thought I heard it come from that way, and I got up, and then I hear this thud and kind of footsteps, and so then I was like, is it in or not? It's just not really.
Yeah.
distant, although I can say that the footsteps seem louder than they were. Like the only time we've ever been able to hear them is when they were getting on.
Yeah. Well, we'll trap them again, but I think you're going to keep getting raccoons until you cut off the access.
Okay.
You know?
So
That's what it comes down to.
I know, and I guess like the last
Home now and post dinner as well. Well, you might call it dinner. You might call it something else. Little Caesars. Hot and ready. No, you cannot have a gummy yet, Mr. Reed. So let's check on these guys, see what everybody's doing. Mr. Reed is asking for his gummy. How come? Because you peed in the toilet? Mr. Reed peed in the toilet. This was only after pooping in the diaper, though. And the deal is, no gummies if you're messing in your diaper, right? Because he knows how to do it. Otherwise, he's just like trying to cling to diaperness. So I'm using gummy bears for leverage. So tonight, no more peeing in the pants. You use the toilet, and then when I give Cody a gummy, I'll give you one. All right? That's the deal. That's the deal. So you don't have to ask again, because I'll come and bring you one when it's time. And now for Miss Cody. What are you up to, Miss Cody? What are you doing? Huh? Huh? What are you up to in here? You watching your shows?
Can I get a gummy yet?
Pretty soon. Pretty soon.
This many?
Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Maybe in a half hour. I want Reed to use the toilet again, and after he does, then maybe... Is this stamp? Oh no, it's just some kind of weird reflection of the light or something, or stain, or who knows. Weirdness. Let's go check on Will. Downstairs in Birdland. Hey, Mr. Bird. Mr. Derek. What? What? Garwako? Do you want a worm? You think you want a worm? Huh? Big worm? That big worm? Let's get one going here. Get him up on the surface. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, they crawl under? Are you going to have one, Oscar? Huh?
I think Oscar doesn't want one.
He does. He wants me to throw him one, but he doesn't want me to come close to him. Because he's like, I don't know, he has this thing in his head where I'm a bad guy. Hey, Oscar, you want your worm? There you go. You gotta catch it. Oh, it's behind you. Let's try one more. You can find that one after. Oh, that one's even more behind you. Alright, you just got to turn around and go search for those ones. It's in a bad spot. Oscar would totally catch those if I was any kind of good thrower. This is our new system for Polly. And as you can see, he does like to pee on the lawn. Hey, Po? So we can direct the pee. And Will, and Xbox. Just getting the weekend started.
Hat, you can't get me hat.
Yeah, so that's what's going on here, and it's probably not going to be much else for the evening, so maybe I will leave it at that for this video. And tomorrow I'm probably going to be with the kids. We'll see if there's any animal calls in the morning, but and if there are, we'll have to go fetch them. But regardless, maybe in the afternoon we will go take a hike to Restaurant Cathedral, because I've had a couple of requests recently. So yeah, and the kids have never seen it. Might be fun. So we'll see tomorrow, going into February, dry February.